you've had your own issues. I mean, I fell off a motorbike and should have gone to the hospital in Cambodia, but you destroyed it. What was it, Thailand or Indonesia?
Yeah, but I didn't hurt myself.
You didn't hurt yourself, just the bike.
Greatly damaged.
Where was that, in Bali?
Yeah. Do you know the motorbike story?
I think you told me about it. But we can relive it.
Let's go.
It's a good one. I want to hear it.
On the record.
It's a good one. It's a good
Post graduation, me and Tanner are like, hey, big trip overseas. Let's go to Bali first, Singapore next, Thailand, and then I linked up with Zander's in Barcelona. But day one, I'm there by myself. So I was like, I saw everyone riding around on mopeds, and the hostel I was staying at rented mopeds. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a moped today. Tanner's coming in tomorrow morning, and then, I'll know where to go. We can link up. So I get on this moped, and I'm going sort of up this hill, and this hill goes into an elevated, or the road goes to an elevated area between these two hills. And then there's like this rock outcropping that I want to get up to. So I drive by, I come back down the hill, and I'm trying to basically do a U-ey on the road to go back. So I went up, came down. I'm trying to go back now because I'm actually going to go up there. Because there wasn't a trail, but I was like, you know what? I'm here. It's an adventure. Let's do it. And I hadn't ever really ridden a moped before. So like I'm still trying to figure out the turning radius of everything. So I'm doing the U-ey, but I'm taking it really wide, like way too wide to, make it happen in the width of the road that I had. So I basically end up on the side of the road with the scooter running perpendicular to the road. So it's pointed basically straight out to the side, looking over the elevated side. So the scooter's in the grass. So there's like 20 foot, 30 foot drop.
20. Oh, shit.
It was pretty steep. And it's just like a trash, overseas. So it kind of just like landfills places.
Right.
So I'm looking out over there, and then behind me is the road. And I think I'm trying to turn it, but before I turn it, I just gas the throttle. And the bike just shoots out from under me and falls 20, 30 feet down into this pile of garbage. And and when that first happens, like you don't know, like I'm just looking around. I'm like, oh, I don't really know what just happened, but that couldn't have just happened. So I'm like looking down there, and then this dude just stops on the side of the road, and he walks over. And he looks down with me, and he was some local guy, and he looks at me, and I'm like, what are we gonna do here, bro? Because like I don't know if I'm gonna go down there, but like maybe someone. And at this point in my mind, I was like, I'm just gonna buy this dude a new moped. Like I'm not doing this. But then before I know it, I'm surrounded by like 10 or 15 locals, and they're like, all right, they're like talking to each other, getting hype. So then we all walk down there, and we are like knee to waist deep in garbage bags, walking over to this scooter that is in the middle of it. And it took like 5 or 6 of us to get the scooter up out of the garbage and like push it up the steep side of this crevasse to get it back onto the road. So I'm in the back, I'm just heaving with all my might because I was like, I gotta get this scooter out of here. So we get it up, and then this other guy jumps on it. He just like starts driving it up the street. I was like, what is he doing? Like, I need the moped back. But I think he was like checking it out for me. So he comes back, he drops off, he looks at me, he's like, you're good to go. And I'm like, oh boy, I just got off. I can't believe it. So I get on it, but the handlebars is like, instead of being up, like arms extended, it's like down in my lap. So you're driving it like a little like racer scooter. So I get on this thing and I'm driving it, and I'm like, all right, what is my game plan now? Because I was staying at the hostel I rented it from that night. Yeah. But I was like, I don't really know if I want to deal with this today. Like, I think I'm going to try to dodge it. So I think I stayed out all day. I went around and just like went to some beaches. I got dinner, and then I went back at like, whatever it was at night, dropped it off. And the next morning I wake up and I walk out, and the guy who owns all, he goes, my scooter. And I'm like, oh bro, well, I'm sorry. I'll help you with your scooter. So Tanner comes in, we have the whole day, but the next day, the guy's like, okay, at like 6 a.m, me and you were going to go fix the scooter. And I'm like, all right, I'll go with you. I'll pay the guy whatever we need to pay. We'll do it. So the next morning I wake up at like 6 or 7 a.m, we're just walking the scooter because he doesn't want to drive it. And we're on like this road of garage doors. And I guess it's just like small businesses. Like one will be a clothing shop. Then you get like a shoe shop. And then this one guy just meets us at this garage door and opens it up, and it's like a mechanic shop. They start taking apart the scooter. They're like looking at it, trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And it turns out those mopeds have like a beam that literally shapes the scooter. And it's like kind of like a lopsided L, if you will, you know? And they get down there and that L has just turned into a V. It went from like a weird L to like a tight V. And he was like, we're going to have to take this somewhere. And I was like, look, bro, I'm leaving in like 24 hours. Like, I got to get out of here. I think I paid, and honestly, talking about just like prices of stuff, I think I paid the dude $100 US and got out of there. And he was like, that'll be more than enough to fix this.
Bro, what a dedication.
And that
because I feel like Sanders would have done that. I would have led that shit. I no blink. I was just like, all right, I'm walking back.
When it came off, was your initial thought like, oh shit, I fucked up, or was it, thank God I wasn't on it?
Oh shit, I fucked up.
You weren't thinking like, because I mean, if you were on it,
yeah,
you would have hurt yourself pretty bad.
I would have, but honestly, it's disgusting to think about. But there was so much garbage down there, you could have just swan dove into it, and I think you would have been perfectly fine.
Probably would have worked like a trampoline.
When we got out, I looked down and I guess I was like, because my adrenaline was going, because I was freaking out. I mean, I was by myself. I was I mean, what are you, 21? Yeah, and I'm like. So once my adrenaline wears off, I look down and I've got red ants all over my legs, and I'm just getting bit driving this broken scooter. And I'm like, I gotta get in the water. So I pull up at like the Ritz Carlton or something. I run out back into the water, and I'm just standing in their beach, like trying to get the ants off my legs. I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave now. But I remember driving down this hill, just getting bit. Like, okay, I gotta get to the ocean. That
being said, motorcycles are awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to get certified.
It's quite. Now I could be wrong, but I want to say that you actually crashed another one,
bro. So then it's just
how is that even possible?
It's a theme.
So me and Tanner, we get 2 scooters.
Is this Indonesia now?
No, we're in the same place. I think literally the next day we're in the same place. And we're driving down the hill that I just crashed from. So the hill, you like come down and then you go around this little snake bend. And Tanner's behind me and I'm in front of him. And then but there's like just cars and stuff behind us. And as we're going around this snake bend, I look back to him like, hey, Tanner, let me show you where I crashed my scooter. And as I said, scooter,
no way.
My thing
There's no way.
It is like you could not have written it. The scooter slides out from under me, goes sideways into what are those things called across along the rail? What is those things called? Whatever it is, in the guardrail, slides into the guardrail. Tanner's slamming on his brakes, literally almost runs over me in his moped because I'm sprawled out on the gravel. And then there's like a mini truck behind him slamming on his horn. I'm like, what is going on?
Jeez, at least you learned your lesson.
Was it owned by the same moped owner?
This was a different moped rental. Yeah, this is a different.
It was like his cousin.
Yeah. They're like, this Jacob kid, you got to get him out of here.
Get him out of the country.
To leave. Yeah.
No mopeds for you.
Like we went to Singapore after that. We got out of there. All the moped accidents. I think after that, me and Tanner were riding a double instead of
you hire a driver after that.
Yeah. Just rented a car. Yeah. Normal.
No, I don't have good luck on those things.